Thank you. Can I get yeah, I thought I didn't think we played well, and St. John's had something to do with that because they came to play, and those two kids, especially Harkless and Harrison, are just outstanding basketball players. Harkless had a terrific stat line against us, and I thought the first half we played well defensively, and we have to finish plays. Like, to be quite frank with you, we should have over 60 points in the first half. I think we had 45, and we missed, even at the start of the game, I mean, we missed so many shots inside. And started the second half, I thought we started the second half well. And once we got a lead, and some of it has to do with, our kids, we're taking 2 days off now. This has been a very hard month, and so, throughout a season, a team goes through things where you have energy cycles, where you got to do it for this part of time, and you get rejuvenated and whatever, and and they know that, at least they feel we're going to win. We're up by 22 or 18 or 19 or 20, and the execution defensively was not there in the second half, and St. John's stayed in there, which shows to their character, that they just stayed in, and then you start missing a couple shots, and you got a lot of game pressure on you. And I think our team showed that they had game pressure on them. Like, how are we in this position right now? Well, I can tell you, by not playing defense, by not finishing. And that's what the game does. In every game, not just basketball, but in every game, when you have an opportunity to knock somebody out, you have to knock them out. And especially if the other team is going to keep fighting, like St. John's would. If you have playing a team that doesn't have that character, you can get away with it. These kids are striving to build something, and they're playing their best basketball. They just beat West Virginia by double figures and had Villanova. I mean, they feel good about themselves, and so you stay with it. I didn't think we stayed with it, and they did, and then we did enough to win, which almost makes me sick to say that. And I hate saying that. I hate saying that we did enough to win. I mean, that's not who I am, and it's not who this program is. We don't do enough to win. We play really good basketball, and then hopefully we win. And but that's the story. I mean, I don't know. You can ask your questions, but I don't know if I could. Maybe some question will open up some little thing that I have not looked at. But believe me, I do this all the time, and I'm not pleased with today. I'm not pleased with today one bit.
The 8-minute mark to the 3-minute mark of the first half, you went on that 20-3 run. What did you really do well then that you couldn't sustain?
Well, we played defense. We played defense. We didn't play defense in the second half. It was like an AAU game in the second half. You run, you score, I score. Oh, I'm not scoring. It's 9 points. Oh, it's not an AAU game anymore. We don't have 3 more games today where it doesn't matter if we win or lose. If you don't understand what I'm talking, I hope you understand what I'm talking about. That's what happens in AAU. You play 3-4 games, and we lost that one. We'll win this one. And it's not the way it works, man. Not the way it works.
Is this almost the opposite? A week ago, you were sitting there, the game you lost, but you were talking about.
Yeah, but we didn't play well defensively in the second half of that game either.
Okay.
And I think it's two totally different things, though. You know, I mean, that was a hell of a game, and St. John's gave a heck of an effort today. This wasn't a heck of a game. Last Saturday's game was a big time game, and even when you're trying to play defense, you know, they were pretty damn good. Yeah, and I really think part of it is the ending of an energy cycle that you get. I mean, you got to be, you know, that's how you know, that's how you go through a year. You go through a year.
Ryan was talking in the locker room about how the team wants to change and knows it needs to change to prevent second half like today. What do you think is preventing it from changing?
It'll come out in my next book. I'm going to read all my books and see what I'm missing, because there's something missing, because it's not resonating with our team.
Make you feel a little better. They just blew out. They just blew out West Virginia. West Virginia right now at Syracuse is beating Syracuse late in the game, 6-7 minutes in the game. Do you think it's to a point where you got a 22-point lead? Obviously, the kids are doing well. Expectations to win and win always big. Kids feel that.
I don't think what you're saying is completely wrong. Most of it is right. The one element that I would add, though, is that in order to be like really good, you have to be different. There's only one champion. You know, there's only a few teams that are, or a few programs that separate themselves. So you can't do what normal people do. You have to do something better. And at that point, I would have liked my team, again, not that we have to win by 40 points, I mean, because they're not going to quit. But we're executing and we're fighting, and we let up. You know, we let up, and you know, Dick, from our team, like, we're not gonna. I want to win. I want to win by playing great basketball, and like, to me, it was a loss today for me. Yeah, it was a loss. I mean, I didn't like today. I didn't like today, and if my team doesn't like today, then we'll get better. If my team is okay about today, then we're going to fight, because I'm not going to change. Yeah, I'm not going to change on this.
Mike, when they cut it to 7 and midway through the second half, about 11 minutes to go, y'all ran a set that I think 6 times in a row Austin took the ball, either took it to the basket for layups, or 3 times kicked out the wide open shooters for threes. Is that something you
Well, we just saw some. Yeah, we call it. I mean, that's what we're supposed to do.
Coach?
I mean, that's what. I'm still answering his question. Was it not good enough?
It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're supposed to do. We saw that that's something that could go, and then Austin delivered 2 buckets, but then we missed threes. We had wide open threes, because I think you're not in the flow now anymore. You know, it's a whole different ball game. Yeah.
Sorry about that. So when you're going through one of those energy cycles in the middle of a game,
You shouldn't go through them during the middle of a game.
Right.
You should do preventive stuff before, during, and during the game that does not allow you to fall prey to human nature.
my question to you is,
That's my answer.
where does the internal leadership have to come from on the
Me.
court?
Me. That's where it has to come from. Me. It's my responsibility.
Mike,
Yeah.
if I can ask a little bit more of a broad-based question, just because you've had experience.
It was pretty broad.
Excuse me?
He took over the whole psychological world. He was talking about, we went from a specific play to psychology. Where are you taking me now?
I was a psych major, I energy cycles, I'm
Yeah.
in your experience, from both sides of the line, working with MBA guys, working with elite college guys, when a kid has to make that decision,
To do what?
To whether or not
Oh,
to return or come back.
yeah.
What have you found in your experience is the most important factor?
Well, he needs to be ready, physically, psychologically and emotionally, because it's a whole different world. And you need to be more of a man, and because you don't know which organization you're going to go to. It's not like a college where you can pick and, like I think like for Kyrie, he was set, even though he had been injured, he was set. I mean, he's really smart. He's ahead of his years in his maturity, and he has great talent. And then he was fortunate to go to Cleveland because I think Byron Scott is a great coach for him. Byron coached Chris Paul when he first got into the league. So I think Kyrie would have been good, I think, anywhere, but he's really good in Cleveland because of being with a guy like Byron.
Anything else?
Coach, you asked the students to respond crowd-wise today. How did you feel it?
Yeah, I hate to even say anything about the crowd. It was fine. It was us tonight. It was us this afternoon. We can be better. Everything can be better. But I don't want to talk about anyone else getting better when we weren't better today. And I don't want anybody to think that any answer I gave would take away from the answers I've already given. And we gotta get better. To me, it was not good today. It was not good. It was not good. I'm not a big believer in it's a W. I've never believed in that. And
Coach, with Harrison and Harkless scoring 51 of St. John's 76 points, I know you stressed the concern that you have defensively for your team. On a scale of 1 to 10, how concerned are you about the defense?
Well, our defense in the first half was very good, and I think a big part of our defense, we just let up. These kids are more offensive players, and they won't win big unless they become defensive players who play offense. That's bottom line. And up at Maryland, we held them to 6. We played really well defensively. First half against Florida State, so we can do it. It's just not in our nature. It's not in our nature to do it. And those two kids are not going to stop playing. Especially those two kids. They are hungry scorers. Hungry scorers, and they're positioned well by their coaching staff to take advantage of their skills. So you have to be hungry to stop them. You have to be hungry to stop them. And they were both really good. Harkless was terrific. Was terrific. He just he's got to be as good a freshman as there is in the country. And how he's playing.
All right, thanks a lot.
Okay, thanks.